I'm sorry, Reece repeated as he closed Trinity's door behind him, unable to answer when she asked, "For what?" He heard her sobbing. It broke his heart to be responsible for her tears once again. Reece didn't know why he had confronted Trinity with anger. In the short months since he had met Trinity, he had felt a whole range of emotions that he had never experienced before. All of that, on top of the responsibility he felt to be a strong alpha and protect his pack from impending danger. He thought of Trinity's face when he said, "You're one of a kind." All it took was one small compliment from him, and she looked ready to forgive everything. After he had been so cruel, he couldn't stomach it. Besides, it didn't feel like a compliment to him. It was a fact. Reese's hand lingered on the doorknob. He longed to throw the door open and take Trinity in his arms for everything. He wanted to say, "I'm sorry for everything." Instead, it was almost like an invisible force pushed his hand away, and Reece walked down the hall toward his room. "The only way I can protect her is by pushing her away." We know one thing for sure about alphas. Trini poured a cup of tea for Lila. They do not like being told what to do. "May I give you some advice about my son?" "Please." Although Lila had been in a catatonic state for 7 years, her observations held true. "Reece feels obligated to be in love with you, but he doesn't want that. He wants to make the decision for himself. Make yourself his safe place." "How do I do that?" Reece did not seem terrified to her. He was the terrifying one. Trini stirred her tea. She found herself drinking slowly to buy more time with Lila. Their visits always ended too soon. While Lila regained her strength, she could only entertain visitors for a short period of time. "Don't bother with Reese's feelings," Lila said. Trinity laughed. "I'm serious." Lila knowingly sipped her tea. "Focus on yourself. Reece will see what a strong, intelligent woman you are. You said that you want to build relationships with the women and children of the pack. Do it. He just needs to think he made the decision and no one else." "You make it sound so simple," Trinity blushed. "You haven't seen the way he talks to me." "I know my son." Lila reached out and held Trinity's hand. "He will see what's good for him. Plus, he's all bark and no bite." The two women laughed. "Thank you." Trinity grew serious. "Not everyone has been so kind to me. I don't know why the goddess chose me for Reece." Trinity shook her head. "Why would she mate an alpha with a girl without a wolf?" "Trinity, do you know more than the goddess?" "No, the goddess herself made this match. Who are we to question her?" "No, she has her reasons. All we need to do is listen to her." "I'm afraid I'm growing weak. I can't wait until the day that I no longer need a nap after an hour and a half of socializing." "I'll let you rest." Trinity hurried to clean up, and Trinity, Lila stopped her with a light touch to her forearm. "Get outside. You've been cooped up all month. If you don't get some fresh air now, you won't have another chance before the snow falls." "You're right. Maybe I could take some of the pack kids on a hike with their moms." "See? You're brilliant. Taking care of your needs and building relationships with the pack at the same time. These are qualities that a good Luna must have." "We'll see what Reece has to say." Trinity shook her head. "He will probably find a reason to say no, and I won't go outside again all winter." "Don't worry about Reece. The strongest alpha Luna bonds are built on trust, meaning they have to trust you. You can't bother your alpha for permission about every little thing." Trinity helped Lila to her bed. "Thank you. I know it's hard, but everything will work out. It's meant to be." Even his mother believes we belong together. Maybe she's right. All we need is a little more time. They had plenty of time. Mate bonds were for life. I hope it doesn't take that long. All of the kids were thrilled about Trinity's scavenger hunt except for Dylan Bagley. It was a perfect day. Clear with not a cloud in the sky. Trinity, 5 moms, and about a dozen preschoolers had hiked up the mountain to a clearing overlooking the river, the ideal spot for a picnic and scavenger hunt full of prizes that could be used to make a Christmas ornament. Everything was going according to plan except for little Dylan Bagley, who refused to take part in the fun. "But Dylan, you're going to be sad when all the other kids have their own special ornaments and you don't get one." Dylan pouted in response. "Well, at least that isn't a no." Trinity held in a giggle. "Okay, Dylan, I'm going to start looking for your prizes, and when you're ready, you can join me. Stay away from the edge of the cliff. It's very dangerous." Trinity made sure to keep her tone serious. She didn't mind a little stubbornness from the kids. They were nothing compared to Reece. Dylan was several yards away, but the cliff still made her nervous. She didn't want one of the kids tumbling off the edge, especially on her watch. So Trinity was collecting his treasures one step at a time while keeping an eye on him. Trinity paused to take in her successful excursion. Moms and their kids were laughing and having fun. Maybe I'm getting the hang of this Luna thing. Trinity smiled. Her thoughts wandered to Reece. She hoped he would give her some credit for her ideas. Trinity wondered if he ever would. He had been so angry with her the other night, and they hadn't spoken since. As much as she resented him, she longed for his affection. She could almost smell his warm, comforting scent. Trinity whipped her head around. That was his scent, combined with several others, including Noah's, some guards, and someone unfamiliar. A rogue wolf. He was coming their way, and fast. They must be chasing the rogue. Trinity had no idea if the men knew they were there, directly in the rogue's path. Everyone, get back to the house, now, Trinity commanded. Without a word, the women gathered the children and started moving toward the estate. Trinity caught a glimpse of movement. It was the rogue wolf, running at a full sprint, right in their direction. If he didn't change course, he would run directly into Dylan. The 4-year-old was still planted stubbornly on the ground. Trinity ran as fast as she could toward Dylan, whose frightened face showed he had just noticed the rogue wolf. Dylan stood, but he couldn't move. The wolf was closing in fast. Trinity put on a burst of speed. Please. Trinity didn't have time to think. She pushed Dylan out of the way, his little body rolling out of the wolf's path and into safety. The wolf's jaws clamped down on the empty space Dylan left behind. But the wolf's body still moved with incredible force. He slammed into Trinity. Her hands grasped the air. She flew over the edge of the cliff toward the river below.
Want to know what happens next? Click on the link in the description below to watch further episodes of Chosen by Fate, Rejected by the Alpha.